Good evening. There is politics bang in the middle of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. D K Shivakumar, the president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, was called for questioning today by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald scam. The Congress is alleging that this is nothing but vendetta politics bang in the middle of Bharat Jodo. The BJP is saying, why should there be some kind of an expiry date, if you will, on an investigation? If you are summoned by an investigation agency, isn't it your job? Aren't you duty bound to cooperate with the investigation? But all of that in just a moment. First, the story of what happened today.
Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra is going through Karnataka, but the state Congress president was in the national capital today. KPCC President D K Shivakumar and his brother D K Suresh were quizzed by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. The investigating agency grilled them for over 5 hours and took the details of the donation of 25 lakhs to Young India Limited.
I am a law-abiding citizen. I will respect the law. Myself, my brother D K Suresh, to respect the Enforcement Directorate and the law. We left our yatra in the middle and we have come.
The Congress party believes that the BJP is trying to harass D K Shivakumar after the Bharat Jodo Yatra received an overwhelming response in Karnataka.
They can summon Mr. D K Shivakumar and Mr. D K Suresh 500 times more. They are only trying to block our yatra, and we reject such malicious, vicious attempts that BJP is undertaking.
Meanwhile, the BJP has found a way to counter the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The state unit of the BJP has promised a statewide yatra from the 11th of October. The yatra will be led by Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai and former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. It will begin from Raichur district and will go through 50 assembly segments in the next 3 months. As the BJP awaits the nod of the central leadership in Delhi, the Bharat Jodo Yatra has already covered over 100 kilometers in Karnataka. The Yatra now plans to cover another 400 kilometers by October 23rd. So the question we are asking, amid the Yatra, who is actually playing politics?
Now, before we go to our guests, the Congress has been claiming that the investigations and the summons against top Karnataka leaders, including D K Shivakumar, are with an eye to disturb the party during its Bharat Jodo Yatra. Well, here's how things have transpired in the last few weeks. On the 7th of September, earlier last month, Bharat Jodo Yatra begins from Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. On the 15th of September, D K Shivakumar, the working president of the Karnataka Congress Committee, the Pradesh Congress Committee, he is summoned by the Enforcement Directorate for the 19th of September. This is in a money laundering case. Then, on the 19th of September, he is quizzed by the Enforcement Directorate in Delhi. On the 30th of September, which was just last week, Bharat Jodo Yatra enters Karnataka. 2 days before that, CBI officials survey DK's properties in a disproportionate assets case. On the 2nd of October, Gandhi Jayanti incidentally, the ED summons DK Shivakumar and his brother DK Suresh in the Young India case, in the Young India Limited case, for the 7th of October. And today, the Yatra reaches the Adi Chuncha Nagari Mutt, which is a Vokaliga powerhouse. It is a very, very famous Vokaliga Mutt. And on this very day, D K Shivakumar and his brother are called for questioning. Also, D K Shivakumar, remember, he's a Vokaliga leader. He is called for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate on a day when the Bharat Jodo Yatra is passing through Mandya, through other parts of Vokaliga country, as it were, as it then seeks to enter Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Let me now go across to our guests who are joining us. Captain Ganesh Karnik is spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Lavanya Ballal, spokesperson of the Congress in Karnataka. Nasir Hussain Ustad is spokesperson of the JDS. B.S. Arun is senior journalist, and Professor Chandan Gowda is the R.K. Hegde chair professor at ICEC. Captain Karnik, I'll start with you first. The Congress's allegation is a familiar one. It is that you are blocking Bharat Jodo. You are calling important leaders of the Congress party, including D K Shivakumar, bang in the middle of Bharat Jodo because you are afraid of the kind of response that Bharat Jodo is getting.
Good evening, and good evening to all the co-panelists, and thanks for inviting me on this debate. You asked me this question. Do you really think it is true? See, this Bharat Jodo Yatra is their activity. ED investigations are on for quite some time. It was more than 4 years, if I'm not wrong. And in fact, the first investigation happened during former Chief Minister Siddaramaya's time. And when his house was raided, Mr. D K Shivakumar's mother complained that it is all instigated by Mr. Siddaramaya. And this is a continuation of what was happening. Possibly, ED has got certain evidences which they want to inquire. The last point is, ED and its schedule of events with regard to investigations is not managed by anybody else. It's a very autonomous institution. It's an ongoing process. So if somebody is saying that we are coming in way of their Bharat Jodo Yatra, I think it is ridiculous and it is very funny.
Lavanya Ballal, the fact is that any accused person, and of surely Mr. D K Shivakumar is an accused in this case, the job of an accused person is whenever he or she is summoned by an investigation agency, you appear before that investigation agency, and all the more so if you're innocent and if you have nothing to hide. Why bring in politics? Why bring in the timing of this investigation or this interrogation that he was called for today, linking it to Bharat Jodo when the notice was served long ago?
Good evening, Zaka. You're absolutely right. When the ED summons a person, the person has to appear before the ED. Also, the legal provision for the person is if he asks for a postponement of that, appearance, there is a legal provision wherein the ED can, give him a next date for appearing before the ED. So that does not happen. And D K Shivakumar is very clear in his statement when he said their rejection is a clear sign that the timing of their summons is political harassment.
But ma'am, can I ask a simple
right?
question? Ma'am, I'm sorry I'm interrupting. I generally don't. But, if an ordinary citizen of this country was served an ED notice, can he or she write to the ED and say, please postpone, I'm unavailable today because my leader is doing Bharat Jodo, please postpone my questioning? Come on, let's be very frank about this. D K Shivakumar is asking for a postponement because he knows that he's a political leader. He wants to make a political point. For any ordinary citizen, do you believe this courtesy will be extended?
Well, Zaka, you will have to check with the ED if they will provide the same provision to an ordinary citizen. Since we are discussing about political leaders and politics, we do strongly reiterate the point that this is a harassment of our leaders. And this is what BJP has been doing. BJP has, from day one of the Yatra, has tried multiple issues to raise multiple things to disrupt and distract the nation from the Bharat Jodo Yatra. They will fail as usual. It is okay. Our leader has appeared for the summons that has been sent by the ED. And Zaka, let me tell you, when you say he's left the Yatra and reached ED, he's not left the Yatra. He's taken a day's leave and he's gone to Delhi to appear before the ED.
Okay, let me ask Nasir Hussain Ustad. The fact of the matter is that D K Shivakumar and people close to him are alleging that the exact time when this is passing through the Vokaliga strongholds of Mysuru, Ramanagara, Mandya, and of course eventually into Tumkuru, and then of course it goes on to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. That is the time when D K Shivakumar is being questioned because everybody in Karnataka knows he's a strong Vokaliga leader. In fact, Rahul Gandhi today met with one of the Vokaliga seers in Mandya. And the reason why this ED notice has been timed to today is because they want to rob the sheen away from D K Shivakumar and his Vokaliga credentials. Do you buy that? As a party that, is essentially a Vokaliga party, I'm sorry to say this, in Karnataka, do you buy that?
No, yeah, there are two aspects. One is the central government, the BJP government is misusing the ED. That is a different and larger issue. And I think by now all political parties and people who have established themselves in any political party are very much clear that the Bharatiya Janata Party is using ED to their whims and fancies. There is no question. But here in this question, targeting Mr. D K Shivakumar and calling them, I don't think it will make any effect. Here, the Bharat Jodo Yatra, which has been done in the Vokaliga belt of Karnataka, I think the Vokaliga belt, the central secular, has got its own strong base there, and it will create no effect because the Congress here in Karnataka, it has to connect itself with the farmers, it has to connect itself with the sentiments of the minority, it has to connect itself with the sentiments of the backwards and the Dalits. Here, the Congress party is keeping itself aloof from all the issues raised by the Bharatiya Janata Party and the fascist forces. They are keeping mum. I don't think they can connect with the masses here in Karnataka, and it is going to create no effect whatsoever in Karnataka. Here, people have realized that the Congress party, the entire Yatra process is to see to it that the way the Congress is sinking in the country. I think it is Congress Bachao Yatra rather than Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Let me ask Professor Chandan Gowda, who has studied Vokaliga voting patterns over the last many elections. Does this whole card still play in Karnataka? Because the fact is that the politics of India has changed. Today, when Mr. Modi campaigns, and this is evident in the 2019 Lok Sabha election in Karnataka, in the 2018 Lok Sabha election in Karnataka, even in the 2018 Assembly election in Karnataka, even in the 2014 Lok Sabha election in Karnataka, that the Modi factor has changed the dynamics of politics and campaigning across the country and including in Karnataka, where there is a 4-5-7% vote share that is the Modi vote. To say and to look at politics from the same old prism of this is the Vokaliga belt and this is the Vokaliga vote and this is the Lingayat belt and this is the Lingayat vote, maybe the Congress and the JDS are still not turning the page, as it were, on how electoral politics has changed in this country.
You're asking me, Zaka?
Professor Chandan Gowda, yeah.
Zaka, I think the answer is a yes and no. In the cities, I think the caste factor may not play as much of a role, although it does play a role. But in rural Karnataka, rural India, every party you will see is fielding candidates based on caste considerations, including the BJP. I mean, if Basaraj Bommai is the chief minister, it's because he's Lingayat. He represents a big voter base. So let's not be under any illusion that these solid old voting influences have become inconsequential in today's India. They continue to matter.
Okay. But how may
Zaka, was
this
there another question that you asked?
Yeah, no. How may this change, though? Because we have seen Rahul Gandhi meet with Lingayat seers in the past. He's met with a very influential Vokaliga seer today. When the Congress is trying to project itself as the party of the backwards, if Siddaramaiah is the face of the Congress for this upcoming election in 2023, how may this play, though, on a day when D K Shivakumar is called for questioning? He's trying to make it out to be, quote unquote, targeting the Vokaliga community because he's a Vokaliga himself. Will that play? Will that fly?
It's too early to say, but from what I can tell, the way the Congress handled it, that he did show up in Delhi for the for the meeting, it looks like to me that his popularity may have actually gone up. If the idea of whoever planned the ED was to harass him and make him feel weak, that hasn't worked. But really, Zaka, if you think about it, the Jodo Yatra in Karnataka is on only for next 5 more days. Mm-hmm. I mean, in 5 days, what would have changed drastically for the investigation to suffer? It's unclear to me. So when D K Shivakumar requested them for an extension, they might have easily accepted it maturely. And D K Shivakumar isn't any ordinary Indian citizen in the sense he's in the middle of a yatra, he's a political leader.
Sure.
That must, factor in, I would think. And anybody's, special circumstances ought to matter.
But I don't know if our producers have this video, and I would request them to play this if they have it. I want to ask B.S. Arun this. Yesterday, yes. Rahul Gandhi, this video went viral of Rahul Gandhi holding Siddaramaiah's hand and running, saying, "Run, Siddaramaiah, run." Yes. Right? Yes. Many have interpreted this, yes. B.S. Arun, as the famous slogan goes, Congress ka haath Siddaramaiah ke saath. Do you believe that in this almost fratricidal battle that's going on between Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. D K Shivakumar, that Rahul Gandhi's endorsement, if not said, certainly unsaid, seems to be with Siddaramaiah?
No, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way because Congress High Command has still not yet decided on whom to favor, whether it's Siddaramaiah or D K Shivakumar. You might remember that, over the last 2 days, it was Shivakumar who had been with the Gandhis. He welcomed Sonia Gandhi in Mysore, and he took her to, took her and as well as Rahul Gandhi to the resort, the Nagarhole resort, where Rahul Gandhi made a plea to S.R. Bommai to save elephant cough. So what happened yesterday was just one of those things. I don't think there is any indication or was it symbolic? It is just a show of sort of support, show of backing for Siddaramaiah as far as the walking is concerned, and not anything else. That's how I read it.
Okay. Let me get into a piece of breaking news again connected with the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Remember, Rahul Gandhi is in Mandya today. He met with an influential Vocaliga seer. He's in a public meeting this evening in Mandya. Rahul Gandhi has waded into the language and textbook revision controversy in Karnataka. In his Bharat Jodo speech in Mandya, Rahul Gandhi has said, and I quote, people nowadays are asking, why is our language Kannada under attack? And why is the history of Karnataka being rubbed away from textbooks? So this is what Rahul Gandhi has said. Let me ask Captain Karnik this. Why is Kannada under attack? And why is Karnataka history being rubbed away from Karnataka textbooks? Captain Karnik.
Zaka, I think this must have been fed to him by, some of the prominent leaders of, Congress in Karnataka. Language, region, religion, these are the factors which have been extensively used by Congress all these years for their vote bank politics. Just before election, this Congress Jodo Yatra is a political yatra, basically. I don't know which Congress they are trying to Jodo. Actually, in a way, some people in the press, they wrote about it. It is actually Congress Jodo Yatra. They're bringing together the DKC faction and the Siddaramaiah faction in Karnataka. Now, since he has to travel across Karnataka state, some issues he has to talk about. See, the national education policy and the emphasis on looking at Indian history from Indian perspective and changing this, education policy after 31 long years by a committee headed by none other than Kasturi Rangan. People have been nitpicking. And we always in this country, we had 3-language policy. And this NEP also recommends the 3-language policy. I don't know when and where they found out this a new issue of Kannada being rejected, Kannada being the third level status and things like that. So they just want to make an issue of no issue.
Okay. So no, I think what he's also referring to is why is the history of Karnataka being rubbed away is a reference to the whole Tipu Sultan controversy around the textbook revisions that was by a committee headed by a gentleman named Mr. Rohit. I forget his second name. But let me ask Lavanya Ballal. The problem is that, let's face it, historical characters are complex. But whenever it is said that Tipu Sultan was also a tyrant, he also butchered Hindus in Malabar. He also butchered Hindus in Srirangapatna and in Mysore. That is also as much true of him as he waged the wars against the British. Why is that a difficult conversation to have, or why is that a difficult reality for either leftist historians or for the Congress party to accept? Lavanya Ballal.
Zaka, I'm quite frankly confused with your debate. It is meandering all over the place.
No, because Rahul Gandhi, your leader, referred to history textbooks in Karnataka. I did not. He did. He did.
Sultan right now.
No, he did. He said Karnataka history is being wiped off textbooks. I did not say it, ma'am. I'm just quoting what your leader said.
So as far as your point you were making about the Vocaliga here, let me make it very clear. Yatra has this pre-planned where, the Yatra will stop at a particular day, and it was decided much, much earlier than today, where the Yatra will stop. And meeting the Vocaliga here was in the pipeline much before we reached this venue. Having said that, you also spoke about...
but can I ask you, sorry I'm interrupting again, like I said, I don't interrupt guests, but can I ask a simple question? What do you think your leader Rahul Gandhi is referring to when he says Karnataka history is being rubbed off school textbooks in the state? What do you think he's talking about?
Exactly that. He's referring to the controversy that happened with the textbooks. And there were multiple things. Let me tell you, there was also stuff about Jainism and Buddhism that was misrepresented. Rohit Chakratirtha, who was heading the textbook, revision committee, was not an expert at all, whereas the education minister claimed he's an expert, and there was a lot of controversy around that, Zaka. I'm sure you all remember.
Of course. But the main controversy was around Tipu Sultan, right? The main issue was around Tipu Sultan.
Zaka, let me make it very clear once again. It was not just Tipu Sultan. There were multiple historical figures that were misrepresented or wiped out, including Narayana Guru. Let me repeat, Narayana Guru also was about to be removed from the textbooks, and that is when the controversy was, Zaka. It was not just Tipu Sultan. There were multiple historical figures.
I want to come back to Nasir Hussain Ustad on this. Look, I don't think, first of all, political committees or politician-appointed committees should be looking at textbooks and how history should be taught. I think we should be mature enough to accept that political figures, historical figures, have always been complex. Tipu Sultan, for example, and you are free to disagree with me, Nasir Hussain Ustad, was a tyrant on the one hand. Yes, that is as much true of him as the fact that he took on the British. He fought 3 wars against the British. Nobody is denying that. But let's also accept he killed Catholics in Mangaluru. He killed Hindus in Malabar. That's also as much a recorded fact of history.
Hey, look, here I think Hazrat Tipu Sultan was a hero. And here, during those days, if there was a war between 2 armies, you cannot consider their caste. Now you tell he fought against the Christians. Was it against the Britishers or the Christians? Now unnecessary. These all things have been done. The same Bharatiya Janata Party leader, be it the B.S. Yediyurappa or be it B.S. Ashok, be it Basavaraj Bommai, anyone, they have visited the shrine of Tipu Sultan and they have prepared their homage. They have worn their caps and their swords. Now unnecessarily, there are few people who are trying to spoil the entire thing. They are trying to create such a general perception about Hazrat Tipu Sultan, who fought vigorously against the British administration. He fought 4 battles, Battle of Plassey for 4 times. He kept his children in abeyance. History.
The Battle of Plassey was in 1757. It was a different war. I don't think that Tipu Sultan fought in the Battle of Plassey. There was the Anglo-Mysore Wars, as it's called. There were 3 of them. But anyway, look, I don't want to get into history.
What I'm trying to tell is the commitment with which
all I'm saying is, and I want to ask Professor Chandan Gowda this, there are historical issues which may or may not have been addressed, and political parties are free to bring that up in an election campaign or in public discourse. Nobody has a problem with that. The issue is somehow there is a certain squeamishness, a certain squirmishness amongst parties like the Congress, the left parties, even JDS maybe to an extent, to accept that Tipu Sultan was a complex figure. I don't think there is anything less in accepting that, as much as he fought the British, and no one is taking away from his fortitude, his bravery. He fought as bravely as any king against the British. But at the same time, he also killed Hindus. He also killed Catholics in Mangalore. I mean, that's history. Chandan Gowda.
No, Zaka, all empires are never usually built on non-violence.
Of course.
And all kings have killed. Everyone is complex. But so the expectation that Tipu be especially seen as complex, I think, is to be a little, not objective in that sense. Every historical figure has to be opened up in that sense. Shivaji attacked Karnataka, Cholas attacked Kannadigas. If you look at it from these prisms, everyone will have harmed some community or the other.
No,
but that
Professor, my question is if Krishna Deva Raya was a complex figure, why is that same not extended to Tipu Sultan?
Yes.
Why do people get very squeamish about the fact that if Tipu Sultan is referred to as a tyrant or a killer of Hindus and Christians, then somehow that's very difficult to accept.
Krishna Deva Raya is never seen as complex. He's seen as a great king who wrote a few books, and that's it. We don't see who did he kill to become the emperor? Which communities did he target? We have no sense.
No, Samrat Ashok, the greatest king in historical India, was a complex figure. He killed tens of thousands of people in the Battle of Kalinga. Yes. He is a complex figure.
Yes, but
Chandragupta Maurya is a complex figure.
No, but it's an
Akbar
anonymous
the Great
killing.
is a complex figure. Why are we
don't say he killed Hindus.
No.
Do we say Ashoka killed Hindus?
Why? No,
We say
he did
killed
kill
people
tens
in
of
Orissa,
thousands
the
of people.
Kalinga
Yes,
War, anonymous.
he killed tens of thousands of Hindus. That's why he took up Buddhism. Because he felt
No, we
he was
don't
not
know,
able
but
to
Hindus is a
adequately address the complexities going on in his head about killing fellow human beings. That's why he took up Buddhism. Anyway, look, my only limited... Anyway, I'll come back to B.S. Arun. I'll give him the final word. I think it's a pertinent political question to ask whether election of Karnataka 2023 is going to be decided by what Tipu did or did not do in 1784.
No, I don't think. The Tipu issue has been going on for quite long, and BJP will rake it up, and Congress will answer it. So I don't think it will be an issue that will decide the outcome of these elections. Rather than that, it will be the current issues. It will be the charges of corruption. Then it will be the charges of the Congress dynasty and all that. So all these issues will dominate, especially the 4-year rule of the BJP. And how well Congress will highlight these issues, as well as how strongly Modi will make impact in Karnataka. Mind you.
All right, I got to wrap up. BS, I'm really sorry. I'm completely out of time. It's a truncated debate tonight. But I agree with the last point that you made. I think there is a Modi vote, ever more so in Karnataka. I've seen this in the 2018 assembly elections, where he came and swung it at the last minute for the BJP and ended up as the largest, single largest party. So yes, that is an absolute factor. Whether or not DKS being called in the middle of Bharat Jodo, whether that will stir up some Vocaliga sentiment, I don't know. We'll wait to see. It's going to be a fascinating election, this one, for Karnataka. Quick break. When we come back, we'll shift focus to Delhi, where there is a conversion storm in the national capital, in the middle of which is an Aam Aadmi Party minister, Rajendra Pal Gautam. Did the Aam Aadmi Party minister hurt Hindu sentiments? That's the question right on the other side of this quick break.